Hey yo, what's up and welcome to this new episode. My name is Nalod and this is my vlog. For the past 1 year, I've been doing Forex trading, and for the past 3 years, I've been posting videos on YouTube. So last year in October 12th, I decided that, well, I want to start doing Forex trading and I will be documenting each part of my journey step by step from the beginning phase until when I'll be advanced and I'll be a profitable trader. So first of all, let me start by sharing with you what my journey has been like and what I've been doing for the 1 year that I've been around the Forex industry. When I started off, I started by going to website and looking for articles related to trading and everything about Forex. And when I went there, I found classes like Baby Pips. I found there were people selling courses. I found there were YouTube channels that I could go to, recommended YouTube channel from those websites. And well, basically one website that took my attention was Baby Pips. Everyone was recommending it everywhere, from YouTube, from TikTok, from other social media pages, Instagram. If I went to, I had people calling Baby Pips here and there. So I decided, well, why not try that? So I went on to learn about Baby Pips, the concepts there, and well, in my first days, it was very, very difficult. And I really had a hard time grasping the concepts and getting the knowledge that was being given out there. Well, the second part, I went to YouTube videos and then started using the concepts in the YouTube videos, adding them to the ones on Baby Pips and seeing where I could get understanding very well. And this really helped because I noticed some things are explained in words on Baby Pips, but then when you come to YouTube, people make them simpler. It's simpler when you hear something than when you read it. Well, to say the truth, I never even finished learning about Baby Pips concepts. When I started grasping the knowledge on the YouTube channels, I then decided, well, why not try this out and then learn the strategies and then go and demo trade it, live trade it, and then see if I can just bypass the whole process of Baby Pips. Well, it really worked. To some extent, it worked, but then to some extent, I can say it did not. Because right now, in my 12th month doing Forex, I am currently still completing that stage of Baby Pips, whereby you go on and look at all the concepts, try to relate it with what I've learned, and really it's something amazing. After learning from YouTube videos and then demo trading and then going on back to Baby Pips where I started before, I'm learning something that I think is really amazing, because if I take it that way, I'm noticing that it's easier to understand the Baby Pips concept. It's easier to read something somewhere on Baby Pips and then try to relate it. Also, that's what the guy was talking about on YouTube. When you get the concept and then you go back to the book you started from, you get the same concepts, but then now you've realized that, wow, now these things are really hitting me, because I can now picture back what they were saying. I remember there was a time, risk management, lot sizing, position sizing, things to do with your profit targets, support and resistances, trends, counter trend trading, and trend trading. All those, after doing them on the charts and then coming back and learning about them, I'm now noticing like, wow, so this was where all the fuss was coming from. What I can recommend is that whenever you are trying to start off your Forex journey, go through Baby Pips. Well, do not care if you don't understand some of the things in there, because you'll find some things like the tools that you find being listed on Baby Pips. When you use them and see other traders on YouTube use them, it really hits you, and you know now where all these concepts are coming to play. Because if you practice them and then you go read about them, you'll see what you've been missing out and what you are right about. So, myself, I went through Baby Pips. I did not finish it. I did not understand some of the things. Then I went to the YouTube videos. I got much of the concepts from there, and then I came back to Baby Pips, and now I can really reflect on a lot. 90% of what I read is sticking in because I've already practiced it. It's like in a chemistry class when you are taught the theory and then you go do a practical, and then you come back again with your teacher, and then he tells you, so you see what you saw in that practical, that solution turning from blue to maybe green or whatever color it was. Now you come back and read it on the book. So because you saw it, it becomes easier. I'd recommend people to go from baby pips to YouTube videos and then to the charts, do your analysis, demo trade, live trade, and then go back again to baby pips and see how these concepts are very important. I'm gonna divide this video into 3 sections. The first section will be the beginner phase, second section will be the growth phase where I am right, and then my third section will be the advanced phase. This advanced phase, currently I'm not right there, but that's where I'm picturing myself in the next coming years. So let's start off with the beginner phase. So the beginner phase is this part whereby you don't understand much about the market, you are new to the market, you don't learn so much in the first few months or days or weeks, but later on, towards the end of the beginner phase, that's when now you start learning so much about yourself. In the first phase, to learn about candlestick tools that I needed to use, how to mark my charts and how to understand the charts and which currency pairs or maybe forex pairs or maybe commodities or maybe other indices that I'll be looking into or maybe even crypto, things like that, what I'll be really focusing on in general. And then that's where I came to learn about the brokers that I can use and also about the sites and softwares that I needed and the kind of gadgets that I needed in my learning process. This is something so many people would admit. People who have gone through this journey of forex. Learning the basics isn't the hard thing. The hard thing is about learning yourself. I got a really hard time learning about the candlestick patterns and about the tools that I needed to use, some of the indicators, the RSI, the MACD. These are things that there are videos everywhere. You'll learn about them. Some of them you'll learn them, but you'll notice that your mentality or maybe your personality, you don't even need them. You are the kind of trader who doesn't like using the MACDs for the signals. Maybe you prefer RSI, you prefer the stochastic. So let me brief you through some of the things that I use. For my analysis, I use TradingView, and for my broker, I use HFM. Now that we've looked at the broker that I use and the software that I use for my analysis, TradingView is available as a desktop software and as an app. You can download it on App Store. I currently use it on my PC and at the same time I use it on my phone. Understanding how to analyze on your phone gives you a very good advantage because you can follow up with the trades that are currently running whenever you are away from your PC. One challenge with trading using your phone is that whenever you start your analysis on the phone only, when you do your analysis on the phone only without looking at it previously on the desktop on a bigger screen, you'll notice that sometimes you don't see some levels because of the small screen. The small screen limits you to the amount of data you can see at a glance. But on a PC, you can zoom in, zoom out. You have a big screen, you can see all this data all at once and not miss on major supports and resistances or maybe major key levels that you may want to analyze. So what I normally do is when I'm in the morning or in the evening, I go to my PC, I look at the chart, I look at the important key levels that I need to look at, to watch out for, where price will get. And then after doing that, I go back. I can now comfortably use my phone for analysis after first looking at them on the PC, on a bigger screen, let's say that. Doesn't have to be a PC, you can project to your TV. Another thing I'll have to admit is I really had a hard time deciding what strategy I'll be using for my trading. When you go to YouTube, you'll find that there are several strategies you can use. There are simpler strategies. There are strategies that people even claim they have a 90% win rate. There are strategies with 50% win rate, but with good risk to reward ratios. All these strategies are as they are claimed to be. Someone says his strategy is 90%. Well, it is 90%, but there is one catch for it. Everyone with their strategy has rules for the strategy. The problem comes in when you get to that strategy and then you ignore some of the rules the guy made, or maybe shift some of the rules in such a way that now they don't go hand in hand with the strategy. Let me take you through my growth phase, and that's the stage that I'm currently in. When I started this journey, I had 100 subs, and right now I have 560 subs. That's growth with regards to the channel. When I started off, I was a beginner. I didn't know anything. I tried gambling on before. Gambling is not Forex, and Forex is not gambling. Unless you do it in the wrong way, then Forex becomes gambling. If you don't follow the rules and if you don't look at risk management. When I started off this journey, my goal was to become a profitable trader. Monthly profitability and yearly profitability. Looking at in general, I wanted to be a profitable trader. The dream is big, the journey is tough, but it's still possible. You just have to believe and follow our heart, and it will lead us to what we want. Currently, I'm still working on my personality, and this is what I can say about my personality. I'm one of those people who losing gets me crazy and winning gets me arrogant. What I mean is this: you are in a trade. I use a very small account. I use most of the time $20 to $40 accounts, and then I trade them, grow them to around 80 to 120, and then I start now losing. That's what I've understood with the data I've been having recently. So most of the time when I'm up 20%, $20 in profit, I'm like, oh wow, this is going nice. My take profit is just here, but well, I see another resistance up there, and this resistance that's around here is not that much strong. So well, let me just hold and wait for the upper resistance. And then I notice that as I hold and wait, my $20 profit goes down and then starts coming down again to around 10 or maybe something of the sort. And then when I'm up to my mind again, I say, this is not what I was looking for. And when I see the profits going down like that in a fast rate, I exit. Or at times I hold it dearly and say that, well, this thing will go up. One mistake with what I do there is this. You know, when you have your analysis on the chart, you should really follow it to a T. Follow it. It's part of your rules. You have to take profit at this point where you see this resistance, or if not, then you'll be out of the trade. Well, at times it can happen. You can hold, and with your analysis says you should not hold it. You can hold, but then it comes out as bigger profit than your analysis had projected. And at other times, you hold and it comes out as lesser profit or maybe as a loss, which your analysis has not projected. Most of the time, when I am in profit, I'm really reluctant to get out of the position. I feel like I need to hold this, I need to get on higher. And this sometimes comes back and then it leads to smaller profits. And when I'm in losses, I then become very, very aggressive. Let's say, for example, I'm risking around $5 for $10. When I see the price going so fast towards my stop loss, I then adjust my stop loss. That's a very, very bad thing to do. When you adjust it away from your entry price, then you are increasing your risk, and at the same time you are minimizing the risk to reward ratio that you will be getting for that trade. And if you are wrong on the trend, you'll be losing so much more. If your stop loss is hit, that's it. You're blowing your account. That account will not even last a month. There are times when you feel like price will reverse and not hit your stop loss, but then you adjust your stop loss and it still hits that adjusted stop loss. So you are better off wherever you were before you adjusted your stop loss. One of the struggles that I've had is controlling my emotions when I'm inside the trade, and following the rules that I've set aside for my trades whenever they are running. Sometimes I avoid using the stop loss, for example, and I say that I'll mark on my chart where my stop loss will be, and then while in the market, I'll monitor to remove myself from the trade manually rather than being removed by the stop loss automatically. That helps me in that when I see the price reversing before nearing my stop loss, I can then adjust where I'll be expecting price to hit as my stop loss. That is like a trailing stop, and it's a really advantageous thing. But then I really have trouble whenever I have consecutive losses. I become aggressive, and then I start I develop this mentality of, well, I've lost $7 today, I only have $12 left. Maybe let me risk this other $6 to see if I can make back the 7. With a good risk to reward, in my mind I tell myself that, well, with a good risk to reward, this $6 I can change it to 12 or 15 and then make up what I lost today. I don't have that mentality of quitting once I start losing. It doesn't sound good, but the best thing to do is just close that day. If you're a day trader and today has been a bad day, just close the day. Don't stay on the chance, because you'll continue executing and executing. And something that you should understand is what you have in your mind is your sentiment. It's not where the markets will go. It's your view of the market. So if you continue with your sentiment and continue executing, you might even lose your whole account in a single day, or maybe you might even lose the profits that you had made within 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You can lose it all in a single day. What that saves you from is, if today you were wrong on the sentiment and well, you missed a thing in the market, maybe there was some news about some war somewhere, or maybe Trump's tariff somewhere, and your analysis, you don't know about that. You keep on buying, but then it's supposed to be selling. So what you'll notice is that if you had to only make 3 losing trades to close your day. Those three losing trades will save you, because otherwise you'd have made even, let's say, 10 trades, and if you're losing $4 or $3 on each, then you can blow your $40 account. Currently, I'm also struggling with that. My mentality tells me that when I lose, I don't accept losses. I keep on going, I keep on pumping in energy, I keep on pushing until I break free. But listen, brother, this is trading. This does not work that way. Sometimes you push on, you struggle, you do your best, but then a loss is a loss. You just have to accept it. You close your day, maybe you've blown your account, or maybe things like that. They do happen. Another thing that I learned through the way, from my 10th month, that was in September, I started making partnerships with friends. So I had this group of friends who I told them, well, I was giving them an opportunity to give me capital to trade with. Since my capital was small, I noticed that, well, I couldn't make big profits with a small capital. So I wanted people who could give me capital, and then I trade for them, and then I trade with the capital, and then give them part of the profit. Most of my friends think that trading is scam, so convincing them to give you money to trade is very difficult. What I went ahead to do was this: I gave them a good deal. I told them they give me 100% of, they give me the capital I needed, and then I'll be returning to them 100 or 115%. 100%, if I lost all the money, I'd look for a way to return to them what they gave me before. And if I made profit in the markets, I was to give them 115% of what they gave me. I had two friends, they saw that as a very good deal. They were risking nothing at all, and they saw that 15% in 3 weeks trading time, that's a very good percentage. You don't get it in on those other saving platforms or maybe investment platforms. It's a good ROI for a student. So I got people who funded me. The first time I did that, it worked for the first month. And then the second month, after the first month working, out of $40, I made $89, which means I gave them $9 plus the $40 were theirs, and then I remained with my own profit of $40. And currently I'm in the second time. This is like a challenge to me now. The second time I went big, I requested for capital, and then I got $70 in funding. And well, let me tell you something. If you can make $10 into $23 or $25, it doesn't really mean that you can make $100 and turn it to 250. That is, it doesn't work that way. That's what I noticed. So if you are trading with a small capital, don't think that if you get a very big capital, it will automatically translate to a similar percentage of profits. It doesn't work that way. I learned it the hard way. So when I was given this $70, I knew that I had a large amount to work with. I maintained my risk to reward ratio. I maintained my strategy, but something I maintained which I shouldn't was the amount that I was risking per single trade. My risk to reward was 1:2. There's some trades that I've analyzed which are 1:5 risk to reward ratio, but such crazy numbers, I get to panic along the way and withdraw partial profits before they reach the target. When I invested that $70, I lost roughly 20 in the first day of trading, and that was because of the mentality I was talking about. After several days of profitable trading, I developed the mentality that I can turn a small amount into a large amount. So even if I was losing in these first days, I knew that on that day that I'll get in the market well enough, I'd be able to make back all those losses and make back profit for myself. And that really backfired. Currently, my account is $10 from 70, and I have to make back 70 plus 15% of 70 to give to those people, to my investors, before I start making profits. I now have the job and the assignment to make like $100, and that will enable me to have, let's say, a profit of maybe $5 or $10, and that's a very huge thing to do. I really regret it. And after this, I don't think I'll be ready for any other partnership, and I'll do trading for myself with the little I have and do that. I won't give myself a lot of pressure investing other people's money and then giving them. The thing that I noticed is that when I was doing that, I gave these people no risk at all. But then myself, I was gonna hold on to all that risk, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and if you are trading out of pressure, so much don't work well. It's like um, you are building a company, and then someone comes and invests. Let's say your company is valued as 2 million Kenya shillings, and then this guy comes with 1.5 million. So you won't give the guy 75% because if you sell that huge size of your company, then you are already out. You've sold the whole company. You don't have control of the company. So whether an investor comes with so much money or whether however much money he comes with, you must always limit the amount of the company you are giving to him, because you don't want to lose the control of the company. Once you give him 75, there's little or no way back. You lose control of it. So that's what happened. And right now, getting out of that situation for me is difficult because I have to make again 10 times what's already in my account right now to get them back out. When I come back with a good way of doing partnerships, I'll share it here. And but currently, I'd advise don't do it. I tried it; it did not work for me. Unless you have another formula of doing it, well, do it. But if I find a better formula of doing it, then I'll probably do it. But first of all, I have to get on my feet and make sure that I complete my end of the deal with the investors I had last, so that the next time I try it, I do it the right way. On to the last part of this video. I'm gonna check on the advanced, but just a moment before I go to that advanced mode. Currently, I've had the longest time I've been profitable is 3 consecutive weeks of profitability. I've not really reached where I want to be when I reach the advanced stage, which is the advanced stage says that I have to complete most of the months profitable. Let's say 9 out of 12 of the months in a year as a profitable trader, and generally as the in the whole years I want to also remain profitable. Currently, I've only had 3 weeks of consistent profitability. Currently, all the amount that I have in trading are roughly $12. The amount of money that I have already invested so far in trading translates to about 140 USD ever since I started last year. And currently, the highest amount of profit I've made is $43 in a single trade. The biggest loss that I've ever made is $22 in a single trade. I've blown 3 accounts. It didn't happen just once. It happened over time. And there was an account I tried to grow from 10 USD, and then I went from 10 to around 17 within a week. And then I started losing trades one at a time. Some were profitable days, some were losing days, until it took me 1 month to blow that $10 account. There's another account which I deposited 40 USD. The most recent account, the one that I had with the partnership, I deposited $40. I made 89 within a week. I withdrew the 49, left there 40, and then grew 40 to 64. I withdrew 10 and used it in there about, and then that $30 that remained, over time I lost it again. Back then in March, I deposited 100 USD in my account, traded it over time, and then I lost over a period of 5 months. I lost like whole $100. Well, as much as it was a loss, I feel like I learned a lot, because having your money in trading for a large period of time before you blow it, you learn a lot of lessons from it. It's different from depositing today and then losing all of it tomorrow. You've learned nothing. You just executed one trade. Maybe you didn't even see the mistake where you made a mistake, but over a large period of time, if you lose that account, let's say it's losses that have lasted for 5 months, that's a lot of trades for a day trader. That's a lot of data for you to learn from. And now onto the advanced part. I want to grow this channel first of all. I'm looking forward to a day when we'll be hitting 100k subs, 1 million subs. Well, currently we are at 560. That's a good start. I look forward to the day we'll be at 100k, a day when we'll be releasing a video and then it will be getting so much views in a very short period of time, when we'll be impacting lives, just in context. And then with regards to Forex, as I've been saying throughout this video from the day I started, I want this to be something that can help me get into other investments, help me get capital, help me build a home, get a car, start a company, all that stuff. Every part of my journey in investments, in marketing, and everything. Life journey, to take care of my health, my family, my brothers, sisters, and my friends, to form connections. I will put it in Forex. I'm looking forward to a day when that will be the case. And well, I don't know where, if it will be next year or maybe another year or whatever the day it will be. So this video was pre-recorded before the 12th of October, which will be finishing our first year, but then it will be released on the 12th of October. So if you are seeing this video, see you again on the 12th of October 2026. We'll be reviewing how our journey has been like, and let's see where we'll be at that time. So currently, it doesn't mean that in between I will not be posting other videos. Well, we'll be doing other videos. I'll go into details of what has been in my journey through this year in the next coming videos. We look forward to seeing another video in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then we'll be seeing much more. Let's say about 20 videos before the next overview of the Forex journey. That will mark our second year. Yeah, our second year in Forex, and we'll be starting a third year on the 13th of October 2026. But the 13th of October 2025, we start our second year in the journey. Thank you and stay tuned. Goodbye. Before I wrap up this video, I want to show you some of the trades that I executed, some of the losses that I've made. I've attached screenshots to the video. In the next videos, we'll be getting into details of each of those trades, and we'll see what was wrong, what I learned from them, and what I ignored. And most of the important things I'll be mentioning in the next coming videos, so stay tuned.